Perfect, 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 perfect.
Hey, yo, what up, everybody? It is me, the Mish, with the Mike and Mish show. Mike is still at school. As you can see, I was kind of rushing to get on here, but I'm here, man. And I'm excited to talk about some BKFC. I got two guests lined up for you tonight. Both GOAT combat guys. One of them's got a fight coming up, one of them wants a fight. I got Daniel Machete Alvarez coming on, and then I got ODB Bobby Taylor following him. Um, Things are good over here, man. Nolan's at his first AAU basketball practice tonight. I hope he's killing it. I'm sure he is. We went to a school like welcome back thing earlier, and they had the basketball courts opened, and he freaking owned the court. He was playing one on one with kids, one after another, and he didn't lose. He was 11-6, 11-2, 11-3, 11-9, 11-6, 11-5. So he was killing it. Yeah, Mike, let Kyle play the controls again. I see. Yeah, I'm sorry. What do you want from me? I'm sorry. What the hell do you want from me, Joe Ivy? Um, we're gonna have these guys coming on pretty soon, and you know, I haven't gotten word back from Scott Farley yet, and Scott manages both of these fighters. So I'm gonna get a hold of him right now while on the line. Let's see what happens. Let's call Scott Farley. Scott, let's go. Here we go. Scott Farley on the line. Oh, never mind. Let me shout out our sponsor real quick, and then we'll get the show on the road. And first of all, we got Full Blast Clothing. You can see the shirt on my chest right now. We got Full Blast. They are for the fighters. They are for the fans. Go over to www.fullblastclothing.com. Check out their whole lineup of clothing, and then get over to Full Blast Clothing on Instagram and give them a follow. They are our sponsors, and we are happy to have them. So let's go right ahead. I'm going to go ahead and bring in Daniel Alvarez, who is going to be fighting October 4th in Newark, New Jersey. As soon as he pops back up on my screen, he is a black screen right now. Daniel, let's go. Come on. Where are you, buddy? There he is. Daniel Alvarez, what's going on, bro?
What's up? What's up?
How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing good. Great.
Last time we saw you was out in Sturgis. That was a blast, and you were ready to fight then. And I think you got some news for everybody, right?
Yeah, definitely. I've been ready for a while, but news is obviously a Jersey card, New Jersey card. That was something that me and Scott have been working on. Scott has been working on. It's gonna be, from what we're told, one of the largest events they've had. So we're super excited for that, man. I mean, I'm really excited for that event. That fight is something I definitely wanted.
Yeah, and your opponent is Kara Kappa, who has an MMA background, and he is 1-0 with the BKFC down in Newark, New Jersey. I think he's kind of like local to that area. We saw him on the Philly card, and I believe he's like local to Philly, so he's not far from home when he fights you on October 4th.
No, not at all. Not at all. And I really like this fight. This fight I really like because, well, as you know, I've only fought dogs, man. I fought nothing but professionals at the high level. This guy's another high level fighter. His MMA record speaks for himself, and he's fought at some very high profile fights too. And respect to him for that. But that's why I like this fight so much, man. I love fighting the best. I love fighting professionals. I know he's gonna show up and be game, and so am I, and that's what I like about this the most.
So the last time we saw you, Daniel, was Knucklemania 4, correct? Out in
Yeah,
LA.
yeah.
Why the long layoff?
So I mean, well, first of all, I had a couple projects. I had to do a lot of filming. I ended up being casted for this Netflix series, and I filmed out in South Korea, and that went great. And then on top of that, I filmed for another series that I got hired for, and that I'm currently working on right now. So there was a long layoff there, and then honestly, man, I was able to heal from certain injuries. I've been fighting with injuries for almost 4 years already, and finally, man, I feel great. I feel healthy, you know. So it was a beneficial layoff for me.
Was acting something that you had like trained for in the past or something, or is this something that came up with your fighting career?
No, honestly, man, the platform, you know, a lot of the fighters, they fight on these platforms, but they don't use the platform, and that's what I decided to do. I used the platform, and it benefited me to the max, man. And like I never shot for acting. I never went for it. But the moment the opportunity came up, that's when I dedicated myself fully to the to the craft. And I can say, man, been a great ride so far.
Is it hard? Like, is acting hard
Oh
for you,
man.
or are you kind of playing like someone like yourself?
You know what, man? I kind of am playing someone like myself, but it's you got to be in touch with like your emotions and expressions. I found it's a new profound respect I have for actors because, dude, this thing is hard. It's one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. The takes I've had to do so many takes in just 12-hour span, and then you never work a regular shift. You know, you're going to be there for 12, 15, 16 hours, man, and then very little sleep. I mean, there's a new respect I have for these guys. It's just such hard
Wow.
work.
Yeah. All right. Well, now that you're an actor, what do you think about your one of your bosses, the one of the co-owners of the BKFC, Conor McGregor? What do you think about his acting in Roadhouse?
I thought it was pretty good, man. He played himself at a lot of times. He played himself. I like that he was like a hothead in that one. I liked him. He was pretty much the villain. I thought he did really well, especially for being a debut actor. I mean, he did extremely well, and he got in crazy good shape too. I mean, he looks physically huge. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I thought he did. I did. It did well.
I thought it was good too, and a lot of people shit on that movie when it came out. But I'm like, what the fuck did you want?
Uh,
Would you want the Godfather? Did you want Citizen Kane? You want like an all time great Oscar winning movie, or did you want Roadhouse, which like the original Roadhouse was like a fun,
Yeah, man, it's just
dumb
action. That's
action
all it
bar
is.
movie?
It's a good old dogfight. Like that's all that movie is, and that's the way I looked at it. I thought he did great. I'm pretty sure he's probably gonna do more. I mean, who knows? I thought he did well.
So clear something up for us, okay? So back in Knucklemania 4, after Knucklemania 4, a bunch of reports came out about people failing tests
Hmm.
and popping hot and whatnot. And a lot of people thought that your layoff was because of that. Were you involved in any of that? And if you were, was it bullshit?
Yeah. So we ended up getting a letter, and so we seen the results, and it just really didn't make any sense because it was the results showed, okay, well, your testosterone's this high, but no drugs are found. Nothing that's prohibited is found. Just your level was really high. So automatically they wanted to suspend me for a hard fight because I was a hard fight with Rosas. And then so I challenged that by getting blood panels and getting my own blood work. And I didn't do it once, twice, 3 or 4 times, man. I did like 5 times, and all of it came out the same. Just naturally high testosterone, no banned substances went in it. We challenged it, and we it was ongoing and ongoing. Me and Scott were stressing out about it, but finally we got that squared away. So now we're squared away with the commission, and but that took a long time, man, and it was just all bullshit. I didn't even know at first. I was like, man, this was something else. I mean, I've never used a banned substance ever. Then they try to say that I looked abnormal in the weigh-ins, from my weigh-in because of how ripped I was. I was like, oh my god, dude, I do this every single day, train three
I was
times a
gonna
day,
say you looked exactly the same as any of your other fights.
Yeah,
Out.
yeah, exactly. So I'm just glad we got that squared away, and now thank God, I have my win back, and we're working, and now they're working on, it got to the point where they I mean, I don't want to get into detail, but it was just an apology, and it was cool, and finally me and Scott got rid of that
That
issue.
That must have been a super stressful time for you.
dude.
I'm
Yeah,
glad you
man.
got through it, dude.
And I
I'm
had,
glad you're
and
back.
yeah, and these tests are not free, man. Like I pay these out of my own pocket, and it's just like, dude, I've had I don't know, 4 or 5 blood panel work since then, and everything just comes out the same, man. I mean, there's nothing I can do about my testosterone, bro. There's nothing I can do.
So this fight coming up with Phil Caracappa. Now that you're back, now that that is behind you and you are back, we saw you on Sturgis. Like I said, you were ready to fight there. Um, is this going to be 135, 145? What do you? Are you coming back to bantamweight?
Yeah, definitely. 135 is where this fight will take place.
The reason
So
why I was asking that question, Daniel, is because out there in Sturgis, the featherweight champion Kai Stewart was out there, and you had some things to say about Kai Stewart, and I feel like you are gunning for a fight with him at some point. That's
you
why I
know
was
what, man?
asking.
I really like Kai Stewart style. One, because I don't have no beef towards Kai Stewart at all. Um, but he comes from a wrestling background and a grappling background,
Yeah,
and also so do I. And every guy he fights, man, they just quit and they break down because they just cannot hang with that wrestler cardio conditioning, even his tactics in the clinch game. And I love that. And I did one time see that he did want to, because the 135-pound bout is vacant, right? Um, and I didn't know that. One time they said he would drop, and he said he could make 135. I'd for sure fight Kai Stewart at 135. I mean, hands down, fight him any day out of the week. And it's not that I have so much beef towards him or beef like that. It's just for me, it's like, okay, he's a what 5-time world champion now? 5-time? How many times
yeah, I
has he
think
defended
so.
it? Yeah,
Five
he's
title
cleared out
defenses.
his division. 5-time world champion. I'm like, yeah, dude, definitely wrestler versus wrestler, dude, all game. And but obviously I'm a striker, and dude, I think that would be such a fun fight. I definitely want that smoke if he would to go to 135. Absolutely.
All right, yeah. I mean, everybody wants to fight Kai. He's got, but you know what? We were hanging around him that night. He is kind of fun guy to hang around with, right?
Yeah, he's a cool guy, man. He's a real cool guy.
So Phil Caracappa, he's a beast. And he is fighting out of New Jersey. I just looked it up. I wanted to make sure because when he fought in Philly, I knew he was local. I didn't know how local he was,
Yeah.
but he's actually fighting out of Philly. So, I mean, fighting out of New Jersey. So he's going to be the hometown boy. He's got a 10-3 MMA record. This kid is a tough night out. Nothing foreign to you. I mean, anybody can look at your record and know that you fight nothing but the best. So, what are your thoughts on Phil Caracappa, and what can the crowd in Newark that night and the people watching at home expect out of you?
So his credentials speak for themselves. Contender, right? Contender series, UFC,
Yeah,
PFL, all of it. So I can't take that away from the guy. I really can't. But what they can expect is just a seasoned BKFC veteran. I mean, I'm super healthy, man. I have, during all this layoff time, there's things that we've worked on and things I'm so freaking excited to just show. Like, so many improvements, especially with my body being the way it is right now. Like, it's just going to be, I mean, dude, the volume and just everything. I mean, it's just going to be an exciting fight. That's all I'm going to say. This isn't going to be no amateur looking bout. This is going to be a very, very technical and very violent fight, and the reason why I'm excited about it, that is because that dude's gonna bring it, and so am I. I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be full force Machete. Like, I mean, if you want to talk blood, I mean everything. I mean, do not blink, man, because I am coming. Like, I am coming full force, dude. And I, one thing I can tell you is this: his last opponent is no comparison to me.
I
You
was
know that.
I was
Everybody knows
just gonna
that.
say that, Daniel. His last opponent, he could expect a much more professional fight out of you.
Yes.
Correct?
Oh
Like
yeah.
that was a dirty fucking mess
Yeah,
in
yeah, it
Philly.
was, man.
That
I
dude
seen
just
it.
kept. He kept getting warned. He kept breaking rules. It was a wild time down
Do
there
you
in
know what
Philly
that
for
is
him.
though, man? It's The dude
Nerves,
was
maybe.
scared. His opponent was either scared or he was quitting already, so he had to look for a way out. That's what it looked like to me. And for me, it's much more of a professional fight. And let me tell you, man, fighting veterans, fighting the high level, especially bare knuckle, man, it's a whole different ball game. This is much more violent than MMA. I mean, I have great training partners who have a lot of experience. I've trained with very great boxers, and they're going to be world champions. And I can say, man, this is going to be a whole different fight. I'm super excited, man. I can't wait to show you guys the improvements, man. I really can't.
And people have been missing you out there, and not like you said, the 135-pound division, the title is vacant. Bloss is gone. You fought Bloss in the past. I think did you sustain an injury in that fight, and
Yeah,
that's why it
yeah,
ended?
yeah, that too, man.
Tore your
tore my
knee.
MCL. Yeah, tore my MCL, grade 2 tear.
Unfucking real. So you're back. Can we expect now that with this long layoff and you did have your side hustle, now you're an actor. So now that you got your projects out of the way, you go out there, you get a win over Phil Caracappa. Can we expect you back more often? And
Oh man.
can Scott keep you busy or what?
Yeah, no, definitely. I tell Scott. Scott is one of those guys who be like, Dan, if he could fight every month, he would, and that is exactly it. After this fight, I want to fight again, dude. Like, I'm here for a world title. People can say, "Oh, I don't fight for the world title." Okay, well, that's up to you, man. But I want a world title. That's what I want. I don't care who I got to fight. I've always been game to fight any opponent. I don't care if it's on days' notice, a week notice, whatever it is. I'm not looking past this guy because obviously the respect is there, but don't get it twisted, man. I'm there to go win. I'm not there to go lose.
And
So,
you were supposed to fight Daniel Perez. I mean, Derek Perez at one point, right?
yeah,
When was that supposed to happen? And I can't remember, but when was that supposed to happen and why did it fall out?
Derek Perez. Oh, God, that was,
Was that
man.
last year?
Yeah, that was a year ago. That was a year ago.
So in between Knucklemania 4 and now, you only had that one fight booked.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
The Derek Perez, you know what? I believe it was my shoulder. It was my shoulder.
Oh,
Yeah, I had a torn rotator tendon at the time. It's good now. Everything's good. But that was another injury. I mean, I was fighting with the messed up shoulder for almost 2 years, man. So yeah.
so maybe it was a blessing. Like this layoff was like
Mm-hmm.
a real blessing for you. You found a new craft in acting. You're doing your thing on the side, but also it was giving you time to heal up, get in the best shape of your life, and come back with a head of steam, right?
Yeah, yeah. And you know what, man? I can tell all the athletes or whoever's listening, man, seek stem cells, seek peptides. You know what I mean? That's could be life changing for you, man. And I've had more injuries than most, and I mean, to feel how I'm feeling right now in such a short period of time is good. I mean, it wasn't a short period of time; it's been over a year, but I can tell you, it's going to help you a lot.
I would say the same thing about peptides. I don't know about stem cells, but I do know about peptides. And I started using peptides a couple months ago, 2, 3 months ago. And for the longest time, I had like
Mobility,
no range of motion in my shoulders, right? I could barely lift my hands over my head for
yeah,
the longest time. I couldn't go out in the yard and have a pass with my kid with the baseball. I couldn't throw the football. I couldn't even play basketball. Like 10 shots on the basketball court and my fucking shoulders were killing me. You know what I mean? Now, after 2 or 3 months of doing this stuff, I'm telling you right now, it's the real deal. The peptides are for real. Like I got like full range of motion back in my shoulders. I don't know if it's healing everything that's because I was pretty fucked up. I need a new left shoulder right now, Daniel. I'm 43
yeah,
years old, and they told me I
yeah,
needed a shoulder replacement. So for now, cortisone shots and peptides, and I feel like I'm good to go.
yeah, yeah. I mean, because for me, I did the actual injury injections, and then I did systematically where it just goes throughout your whole body, and that's working for me. Obviously, in fighting, you're always gonna have injuries, whether it's sparring or whatever. But right now, I feel great. And right now it's just grinding, man. Train 3 times a day, and it's just, dude. I'm so looking forward to this fight, man. I'm telling you, I expect fireworks because, dude, I'm bringing that heat, man. I'm so freaking hungry. I really I can't wait to get back in there. I can't tell you. I cannot wait to get back in there.
I'm telling everybody that's watching right now, if you could have like just felt the vibe off of Daniel out in Sturgis, he was ready to go in Sturgis. Like I could feel the energy standing fucking 5 feet away from you that you wanted in there so bad. And I'm so glad that you're back. And I wanted to say this, dude. Knucklemania 4 was a massive, massive show out in LA. You are coming back to another massive show that is probably going to have double the audience. Isn't it crazy? Like you were out there in LA, there was 7,500 people in that giant like theater audience. It was so cool the way they had that thing set up. But now you're probably going to be in front of like 17,000 in New Jersey.
Yeah,
And
it's gonna
you got
be.
the king of
Yeah,
violence, the queen of violence. Frankie Edgar is going to be on there. It's
yeah, man.
amazing.
It's a bunch of OGs, and it's a bunch of not only that, man, a bunch of decorated veterans for their craft. I mean, it's a huge event. I mean, the place is gonna be packed out. We all know it's gonna be sold out,
Oh
and
yeah.
that's what I love about that, man. Is I was in one big event, now I'm in another big event. I've been in multiple big events. I've been the main event before. I mean, I'm doing it all in this sport, and I really love that because right when I'm coming back, hey, big stage again, and I can't wait, man. Oh God, I like you said, it's Sturgis. I was ready to go. If they would have said, hey, somebody want to jump in there right now, I would have raised my, been like, hey, I'm there. I'm taking off my shirt. Let's do this,
And you know
But
what? And you said that you were the main event in Virginia against Reggie.
yeah,
This time you're gonna be. I don't know where you are on the card, but there's probably gonna be 5 or 6 fights after you, so you don't have the stress of like waiting till co-main or main event. You don't have to sit back there all night and wait. You're probably gonna be you'll be on the main card. I'm
yeah,
guessing,
yeah.
and
We'll probably, yeah, probably like featured fight or something. I don't know because Phil Caracappa is actually a big name there, so.
right.
Yeah, we'll definitely be on that main card and obviously featured fight maybe. I don't know, but yeah, you're right. We're not going to be the main event, but it doesn't. Honestly, it doesn't matter to me. I'm just there to perform. I'm there to obviously give the fans what they're paying for. You know what I mean? You guys want to see violence? That's what you're going to see from both of us. That's what you're going to see from me. You're going to see a man the mindset I have right now, man. There ain't no easy fight for anybody in 135 with me. No easy fight. It's just that's what it is.
I want to ask you about this. The 135 division, since you've been out, which has been a while, dude. It's been like so February, was it February or April Knucklemania 4? Was it April in LA?
Yeah, yeah. It was April.
April. So April to April is a year, May, June, July, August. So you're looking at 16 months off.
Hmm.
In the 16 months, there's a lot been going on with the 135 division. Alberto Blas has come and gone. Ibarola is undefeated. Ryan Reber has one loss, and that's to Blas. Keith Richardson was a champion, lost the title, but he's still a banger. What do you think about that 135-pound division? And after Phil Caracappa, do you have your eye on anybody in particular, or is it
Whoever,
whatever it takes to get to a title?
yeah, whatever it takes to get to the top. I don't care if I got to fight the dude, what is it, Justin dude, that Justin guy. I don't care
Ibarola?
if I got to fight, yeah, Keith Richardson. I don't care if I got to fight Reber. You know what I mean? I don't have beef with any of them. Like especially like I don't have beef with Reber at all. But anybody who's there that wants to bout, hey, I'm game to fight any of them at any point in time.
Who do you see as the toughest fight out of all those guys, and who do you see as the easiest fight? Out of all those top guys like Ibarola and Keith and Reber and whoever else is in that
Keith is
135
the
division,
Keith is the hardest fight.
Keith
Keith
is
is the
the hard.
hardest fight. Yeah, Keith is the hardest fight. The guy, he's had some bad losses, but that's I mean that's what happens, man, when you fight at the high level. That if and then he's not gonna. You need that guy fights. And you need to let him go out on his shield, and that's how he fights. And I just feel like he'd be the toughest, and I believe that Reber is more seasoned than Justin. I believe he's more seasoned than Justin. Like that'd be the easiest fight. And I
So
seen how he fought
Justin,
against Roberto Armas
yeah.
and Rob, and I'm real good friends with Rob, but
Who do you
like
think
I
won
don't know,
that
man.
fight?
The guy, yeah. The thing, look, this is the thing though, is that these guys get hit
Yeah.
and do you get back up? You've seen me. I've gotten cracked. My jaw has been, you know what I mean, and I always get back up. And a lot of that time was due to a bad knee. It had nothing to do with my chin. So, and I get back up. Never been knocked out, and I never quit. I had never quit. I mean, it's all. If you look at my losses, they have all been. It's not it's not knockout. Oh man, I had the not theoretically. I forget the word. I do not have the word in my mouth right now, but it's due to an injury. MCL. I
Right,
wanted to
right.
go back with honestly though, with Beltran, I actually thanked him because knowing me, man, I would have still fought you with the messed up MCL. I don't care. But I'm glad that he was like, hey, you know what, man, you can fight another day, bro. Because who knows what else would have happened to my knee.
Yeah.
He stopped it because my knee and same thing with I mean, that was a little weird fight with Reggie, but calling out my injury. But I I fought like that all 4 rounds, with fingers twisted.
That was a strange fight. There was a lot of
Yeah,
fucking weird
yeah.
shit going on there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, yeah, other than that though, I mean, I fought nothing but dogs and whether I get knocked down or not, I'm gonna get back up. You got to put me out cold. And I doubt they're going to put me out cold. I really, really doubt that.
Well, dude, everybody who's watching right now at home, October 4th in New Jersey, you need to get your ass down there. It's the return of Daniel Alvarez. Way too long of a break for you. I'm glad that you were staying busy with your the Netflix series and whatever else you were doing. That's fucking awesome. Actually, I got to ask you before we wrap up here. What's the name of what were you doing? What's the project? What
So
was the name?
it's Bloodhounds. It's a Korean drama called Bloodhounds. It's season 2. I portray a guy who's has a world title in boxing, and he's going up against his very humble,
Oh,
um, humble Korean boxer, and it's a lot of action. Believe it or not, a lot of times too, it was actual blows. It was actual blows we're
oh.
throwing, and a lot of the action sequences are crazy. And I have several other ones that I'm
Were
currently
you
doing.
were you guys trying to pull punches like act, but it's just easier to
Okay,
just throw punches?
there was times where we're gonna go, and he's been doing that for a long time too. A Korean actor. I mean, in Korea, they they train martial arts since they're kids, man. I mean, it's like almost mandatory. But yeah, there was times no pulled punches, and that was pretty fun too. That was pretty fun.
Love that, dude. And that is great for you. Congratulations on that. What was it called one more time?
Bloodhounds. Yeah, and
Bloodhounds.
then there's some other projects I'm working on too. Eventually, I'm gonna talk about it later. I can't right now, but I'm gonna there's a couple other projects that will be happening soon too.
There it is. Bloodhounds. Check that shit out. And there it is. Phil Caracappa versus Daniel Alvarez, the return of the Machete. And is going to go down in Newark, New Jersey, October 4th. Get there. If you can't get there, tune in. Daniel, do you have anything left that you want to say to the people that are watching at home?
Yeah, just a couple shout outs. Keep It Leaf, my boy, super super good sponsor, cannabis dispensary. He's finally gonna open up his shop. It's been a long delay. Another great sushi place out in LA that's gonna be opening up, Long Beach. And the KT Studio Productions out in Korea. Thank you guys, Jeong Ken. I know they're probably tuning in, or they're gonna tune in. So thank you to all them in South Korea, Tapia Training Center, and Coach Joseph and Jeff, who have always committed to helping me and getting me ready for these training camps. And also, thank you guys for putting me on again. I hope to see you guys there, and let's just have a freaking
We'll
badass
be
show.
there. We will
Yes.
be there for sure.
Oh, and
Mike is
Scott. Cannot forget my guy, Scott. Thank you, Scott.
listen. There are two guys that I have met in my 5 years of covering this sport that I have been really close friends with and are two of the most stand up great dudes that I've ever met in my life. It's Kevin Smith and Scott Farley. Those two
Yeah,
guys are two of the best humans that I have met since covering BKFC. And I'm glad you shouted out Scott because I love that freaking guy.
absolutely, man. Absolutely. Gonna take care of that guy, man. That's great people, man. Really good mentor, really good friend. Yeah, you said it.
I love it, man. Well, thank you so much for coming on here. We will be there. So Mike and I will catch up with you down in Newark. I'm assuming they're going to have a press conference on a Thursday, weigh-ins Friday, and then the event
That's what I'm
Saturday.
being told.
So we'll see you Thursday then. So
Sounds good. Sounds
thanks for
good.
coming on, and you have a great night, buddy.
You too, huh?
Later. All right, everybody. That is Daniel Machete Alvarez. Thank God he's coming back, man. That division, it's up in the air, man. It really is up in the air. Now that Blas is gone, the title is kind of up in the air. Let's get him back in there and see what he can do with Phil Caracappa down in Philly. I mean, not down. I keep saying Philly. I don't know why I'm saying that. Down in Newark, New Jersey. And before I bring on my next guest, I want to say a huge shout out, a huge happy birthday to Russ Maxim. Russ, I just said Kevin Smith and Scott Farley are two of the best people I've ever met. I lump you right in that same conversation. Russ Maxim is a fighter. He's a fan of the fighters. He is the most generous person I've met along the way. He takes care of the fighters better than anybody I've ever seen in my life. And anybody that knows Russ Maxim knows I'm not bullshit right now. Happy birthday to Russ. Love you, buddy. Mike and Mish will roll with Russ Maxim in the Extreme BKFC fans page until we fucking die. Okay. So with that said, we just talked to one GOAT combat fighter. Let's bring on our next guy. He wants a fight. He needs a fight. His name is Bobby ODB Taylor. What's going on, Bobby? How are you?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm doing all right. The old dirty bastard. Where the fuck you been? 6-3, one of the mainstays in the BKFC, one of the toughest guys on the roster, and I stand by that comment. What's going on with you, Bobby?
Man, just waiting to get a contract, hear something. I said, I don't know what's going on, but I'm ready to get back in there.
I feel like there's a lot of candidates for you to fight, the 165 and the 155 division. I think that you are done with the 155. Correct me if I'm wrong. Are you done with 155?
Well, wouldn't say I was done with it. Like I said, I was going to move up to 65 just because it'd be an easier weight cut. Like I said, the weight cuts are getting worse. And like I said, in the last couple, the last fight was kind of short notice. Like I said, if I was, if I didn't cut so much weight, that would have been a lot easier, task for me, taking short notice fights and stuff. But I could definitely, still make 55 and, would still be interested in competing that weight class. But, there's just a lot of people, a lot going on in that weight class. I can move up, make a, less of a weight cut and get in some new, some new competition, new guys, try to get something stirring in that weight class. But yeah, I still stay active in either. Like I said, I can still make the weight, but we was going to just jump up and try 65 and see how that went.
So the last two fights for you with Jeremy Stevens and was it Ryan Roberts, right? Ryan Roberts.
Yep.
The Ryan Roberts fight, I just got to give you massive props on that one. Like, that fight was fantastic. That was a fight of the year candidate. Unbelievable. But then you go toe-to-toe for 5 rounds with Jeremy Stevens, who's about to fight for the King of Violence strap against Mike Perry. You are a fan favorite. I really believe that, and I cannot believe that that you've been out for so long. So with Jeremy Stevens fighting again, he's doing his thing. Who in that 165-pound division would you like to come back and fight?
And to be honest, I don't care. Like I said, anybody in there. I mean, and speaking of division, is Julian now the champ at 65?
Julian is now the champ. Yep.
What happened to Trout? I mean, did I miss something?
Trout vacated the title and he moved down to the 155 tournament. And he's going to be fighting in that 155 tournament to become the 155 champ. So Trout is rematching Palomino. Their one fight. And then the other fight in that tournament is Franco Tenaglia and Ben Bonner.
Okay.
So those are the 4 guys.
I got you.
Yeah. So the title got vacated by Austin Trout, opening up to the return of Gogo Slavetsky, who never actually lost the title. He came back. Julian,
I saw that fight this past time, but I didn't realize how the spot opened up. I didn't realize he dropped down for that.
And Julian was on a 4-fight win streak and knocked out Van Camp back in, I think it was April, back in Mohegan Sun. So put himself right in that position to, win over the crowd. And he, you know what? And I don't know how you feel about that, but I'm super proud of Julian because Julian has been there since BKFC 4. He has fought the who's who of the BKFC and finally stopped fighting 185ers and 175ers, went down to 165, put together a 4-fight win streak, and got himself a world title on his fifth win in a row. So, what do you think about that?
All right. Well, I think that's good. Like I said, and speaking of, like I said, him coming down to a better weight, I think I'm going to do the same thing coming up to an easier weight. I'm thinking that'll show in my in my performance and my stamina. Like I said, I always come in good shape, but those weight cuts, like I said, especially this last fight against Stevens, like I said, I took that in like maybe 4 weeks notice. Like I said, and I was, I think 85 when I got the call. I was way overweight. So I spent the entire camp just trying to lose weight. I really didn't get to train, like I wanted. But
what is your,
65, that would be a lot easier cut. And man, I could come in, I think I would be a little more explosive and stronger too.
What is your walk around weight, Bobby?
Right now, like I said, since after the Jeremy fight, I had, I went out there and trained with him in California for a little bit when he was training for his last UFC fight.
After you fought him?
Yeah, that was after I fought him. After I fought him, I ran back into him at the Knuckle Mania when he fought Eddie. Yeah. And me and him talked, and he invited me to come out and train with him. So I took him up on that, awesome. And I went out and. Man, I've changed my training a whole lot and the way I eat and my diet. And, like I said, I walk around about 175 right now, and I was walking around at 185, and I was big in the weight room. And I changed more functional patterns, functional strength stuff. And I dropped.
So a 10-pound cut for you is nothing.
Oh, yeah, right? Yeah. Like I said, I've been going from 85 to 55. Now I'd be going from 75 to 65. Like I said, it'd be
wow.
That's what I say. I can still make 55 easy because I'm down at my cut weight. But that's just what I've been walking around at since I've started changing everything. And I feel better, lighter, and faster. I think it's going to be a big improvement if I ever get back in the ring to show it.
Can I ask you this? So since the Jeremy Stevens fight, have there been any talks about a fight? And have there been any opponents being talked about that maybe were brought up but fell off?
Yeah, they've actually offered me several. Like I said, I don't understand. They give them options, like they'll give my name and another name, but
you always accept.
I've never turned down a fight or a name, not once. When they call Scott, when me and Scott started working together, he told me, he said, they'll give me a name, I'll call you, see if you want to fight them, call back. I said, look, I'll save you a phone call. When they give you a name, you say yes, and just call and tell me who it is.
I love that. So
I'm not going to cherry pick opponents. I'm here to fight whoever, whenever.
Can I ask you this? Were these fights being offered to you at 155 or 65 or both? Both. And
yeah.
Were these top 5 fighters or no?
Oh yeah, they've been main event, top 5 fighters, Knuckle Mania fights. And like I said, I've been turned down in both weight classes. Multiple times in both weight classes. I said, well, they wanted me to fight Elmore in Atlanta. And he said I didn't have enough followers. I wasn't a big enough name for him to fight. So he turned it down and took Finley, and Finley ended up beating him.
Followers?
What? Man, is an excuse. He just didn't want this smoke. And
okay,
I like Joe, but that's a silly excuse. I mean, Jeremy Stevens accepted the fight. If I'm big enough name for him, I'm a big enough fighter for Elmore.
So, a year or two ago, we were talking about you and Angel Core. Mm-hmm. And Angel Core's, I think it was his last fight, was at 165 against Dustin Pig. Unless he's fought since then, but I don't think he has. He fought at 165, but he's also a 155er. What happened with the conversations about Andrew Angel Core? Because I think people would still want to fight that. I'll watch that fight.
Oh, well, yeah. Like I said, I'd still take that fight, but it's funny you mentioned it because I was offered pay and accepted. And he turned me down for Angel Corps. I was supposed to fight. No, not that. I was taking that back. That was for the other Knucklemania when he fought. Well, he didn't get to fight his guy.
Ruben War.
Medicals.
The Ruben War guy?
No, I think it's about a guy from the BKB. I can't remember his name. But a Peg didn't get to fight. It was a Knucklemania, but the guy come up and failed his pre-fight physical.
Okay. All right.
But anyway, like I said, I turned. That was my Knucklemania fight that didn't go through. And
dude, that sucks, man.
Let's see. And like I said, then Finley. Like I said, we've been talking online, and Scott made a post about who will fight this guy. Finley, I'll fight him. And then they offered me that fight, and I accepted. But then they gave him, I guess, Van Camp, so he's fighting now. But they agreed that was not his fight. Then he for some reason he got an option and he took the other way. I mean, that's been. They've offered me like 6 fights that I've accepted, and the opponents have all taken the other option. Now their excuse is going to be that I'm not a big enough name, or there's a low reward. But I mean, 3 guys have beat me. They got a title fight, and main event Knucklemania. If that's not a reward for beating me, I don't know what they're talking about.
Are you on a multi-fight deal?
No.
All right, so you're fight to fight, and I know a lot of these guys are on multi-fight deals. What I don't understand, and I will echo what the great Chael Sonnen says: when you are on a multi-fight deal, you should not be able to turn down fights. If they call you and give you an opponent, you just say, "Let me know where and when," and I do it. I don't know. I don't understand how this happens so often now. Like and I love you, Joe Elmore, but the he doesn't have enough followers reason. I just can't stand that reason, because at the time when you were going to fight, if you were supposed to fight him in Atlanta, you were what, 6-1 at that time, or 5-1?
No, this is after the Stevens fight. This is actually the last.
Oh, so you're 6-3. So 6-3.
Yeah.
But
well,
either way,
I just fought Jeremy. I just fought.
Well,
Jeremy.
like you just fought Jeremy. You just fought Ryan Roberts. 6-3 in the BKFC is so fucking respectable. Like, to have that many fights and to have 6 wins is crazy. And you always put on bangers of fight. Like the first time I ever saw you fight live, I think his name was Rogers, right? Something Rogers, Brett Rogers, Ronnie Rogers. You lifted him up with a uppercut, and I think he left the ground. Like you knocked him out with an uppercut, and his feet left the ground before he hit the ground. And I was like, wow, this dude has some fucking other level strength. You know what I mean? Yeah. ODB, I think that like the excuse that you don't have enough followers is complete bullshit. Fuck followers. You're a hardworking, you're a worker, you don't have time for that fucking social media bullshit, but your record speaks for itself. So I think that anybody out there that has the sack to fight you should step right up and fucking do it, man.
Yeah. Well, I said, like I said, they give offers. I don't know why they always give them an option. It's my name and somebody else's name. I don't know how I'm always on the other side of it. But like I said, I know I'm not the big social media guy, and I'm sure there's some kind of algorithm or something that I'm not high on as far as views or something. But man, I'm coming to bang. I put on a fight. Like I said, I've never been stopped. That's the reason people turn down a fight. They don't want to fight somebody they know they can't,
Yeah,
they can't stop. Well, win or lose, it's going to be a damn fight for 5 rounds.
All right, so let's say this. Don't want that. It's August 27th right now. They haven't finished putting together the October 4th Newark, New Jersey card. Jeremy Stevens is on that card. That's your buddy now. You would like to get on that card. Who would you want to fight? If they were going to give you a fight on the Newark, New Jersey, October 4th card, is there a name out there that you want to fight? You want to get back one? Do you want somebody who turned you down? If they can get you on that card in Newark, would you be ready to fight October 4th? And who would you want to fight?
Oh, yeah, I'd definitely be ready to fight. Like I said, I've been I probably should be doing so much, but like I said, I usually get in 2-a-days every day before work and after work. But yeah, like I said, I'm at fight weight. I'm ready to go. As far as a name, I don't have a specific name. Like I said, I don't have any beef anywhere. Like I said, but I mean, I'd love to get back in there with a top ranked somebody in either weight class. But man, I just want to get back in the ring, man. Like I said, I've got to get something. Need to get something back started. Like I said, whether it's a lower fight just to get my feet back going, or they can throw me right back in the hunt. Like I said, I'll fight Julian Lane if he's ready. I mean, he made a comment about fighting the winner of the Stevens Perry. I said, hell, he's lost one of them. I've lost one of them. Hell, me and him fighting, and the winner get back in line for the next.
Oh, I do love that, actually. I actually like that idea. That's
both
a great idea.
Both of us have fought one or the other, so me and Lane fight, and the winner gets the winner of that. Or
realistically, though, they're not going to bring you back and give you a title shot against Julian Lane, right? So why don't we do this? Why don't we say you and Joe Elmore or you and Drew Angelcourt? Those are the two names that everybody wants to see you fight, especially now after what you just said about Joe. So Newark, New Jersey, Bobby Taylor, Joe Elmore, or Bobby Taylor, Drew Angelcourt. What do you think about those two?
Oh, I would love either one of them. Like I said, all respect to Joe. I said, that wasn't a shot at him. That was just a fact. I mean, he put that statement online as a response to Scott. And like I said, me and Angelcourt been back and forth. No bad blood between us, but both of us like to punch each other in the face. And New Jersey sounds like a great place to do it. Like I said, I've actually been talking with Jeremy in his camp about flying back out in the next couple of weeks and doing some training with him for this camp. So that would be perfect. I could go out and do part of my camp with him. Come into the fight ready to go.
I love that. Hey, let me ask you this. Not Joel. Jeremy Stevens and Mike Perry. You've seen them both fight. You've been in there with Jeremy Stevens. Jeremy Stevens he was a lifelong 145er. He came up, he fought at 155 in the BKFC. He fought Eddie Alvarez at 165. Now he's going to 175 to fight Mike Perry. Do you think the size matters, or how do you see that fight playing out? What do you think that Jeremy's going to have to overcome besides the size difference to beat Mike Perry?
I think that's going to be his biggest thing. Like I said, and being able to, take the punches if Mike lands a hard punch. Like I said, he's a big dude. He hits hard. I think Jeremy's better a fighter. Like I said, Alvarez, I think, was piecing Mike up pretty good. And like I said, he just wasn't hurting him. He wasn't hitting him with any power. And then when he landed, like I said, he messed his eye up or whatever. Which, and just since we're talking about it, I also took him 3 rounds deeper than Eddie did. Started going back to Stevens just to pat myself on the back there. Throw a little something in.
Yeah, I like that.
But yeah, I think Jeremy's his boxing's better. Like I said, his movement, I think he's gonna be real good. Like I said, just the heaviness of Mike being the bigger guy. But like I said, Eddie, I think Eddie was doing real well till the punch got to him. But I think Jeremy is gonna take the punches better. Like I said, I think just the weight and the pressure of Mike. Like I said, he's one of them, going forward, brawling kind of guys. Like I said, he's gonna bring a lot of pressure. He'll be heavy.
You felt Jeremy Stevens' power compared to the other 8 guys that you fought in the BKFC. Does Jeremy Stevens pack some serious power, or is he just technical enough to get it done?
Well, he's both. Like I said, he's got some power. Like I said, probably the hardest I was hit when Martin broke my eye in that first title defender or challenger fight or whatever. But yeah, Jeremy hits hard. For sure, like I said, and like I said, I think he's pretty technical. Like I said, his boxing's pretty slick, but yeah, he's got some pop. He's one of the hardest hitters I've ever fought.
The great Scott Farley is in the comment section right now. He's saying Mike Trezano, which is a good one. Mike Trezano is from Newark, New Jersey. He was at the press conference. He was at the press conference, but they did not announce an opponent. Now, Mike Trezano at 155 he's a 155er, so you'd have to cut to 155. But if you're walking around at 175 nowadays,
I think I
155
was
is
actually
shit.
73 yesterday when I woke up.
So Mike Trezano, I think he won the Ultimate Fighter on the UFC. Like he's a solid competitor, and he's a big name in that area. If they don't have an opponent for Mike Trezano yet, I feel like Bobby ODB Taylor is the man for the job, right?
I feel like that's the perfect man to fill that position. They want a big fight for a big name in the area. And like I said, I'm looking to get back in and then fight shape and on weight. Sounds like the perfect opportunity.
Dude, I love it, Bobby. I'm going to give you an opportunity to speak directly to the camera. Talk to David Feldman, Nate Shook, and whoever else needs to hear. Big Ben Vanaski, Anthony Camacho, all these guys that need to hear it. Tell them exactly why you should fight Mike Trezano at 155 pounds, October 4th in Newark, New Jersey.
Hey, I think I should fight him because I'm one of the bigger names in the weight class. This guy's been in a UFC show. Sounds like he's a big name. You don't want to put him in there with no scrub. Like I said, I'm coming off of Fight of the Night, Fight of the Year nomination on one of my last two fights, and then a war with Stevens on short notice. It's been almost a year. I've been training hard ever since, in better shape, and I'm ready for war. I love it. Get back in there. We need to do it.
I love it. I feel like we've given them many options for you. You've made it very clear that you'll never turn down a fight.
I've never said no to a name, a weight, a date.
So what I was going to say, I'm going to rank them right now in order. We named 3 guys that are perfect candidates for Bobby Taylor to come back and schmack around in the BKFC squared circle. We mentioned Joe Elmore. We mentioned Andrew Angelcourt and Mike Trezano. Trezano is number 1 on my list right now because that's October 4th. Let's get that in. October 4th, Mike Trezano. And then after that, let's get a Joe Elmore fight in there. BKFC fans, the loyalists will love that one. 2 OGs of the game, banging it out in the squared circle. I think Scott Farley is good enough to get this shit done. Scott, make the phone calls, get it done. Let's go. Right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like I said, yeah, I agree with the order. Like I said, that fight's coming up. It's a perfect opportunity. Like I said, there's no sense in missing out on that one for me or the BKFC to make it happen. And like I said, then me and Joe definitely be a war, bloody battle. Like I said, we'll put on it'll be a fight of the night, fight of the year nominee too, I'm sure.
I love it, man. Hey, final words out of Bobby ODB Taylor.
Man, I just want to say, and going back, I want to say thanks to Dave Feldman and Nate Shook for giving me this opportunity. We talked about, me being a worker and this and that. Like I said, I come from it ain't like I came from another organization or whatever, but they've given me a chance, to come up and fight all over the damn country and possibly, the world, before it's over. And I just want to appreciate that. I want to give a shout out to Scott. We did that earlier for always, looking out for me and trying to get me the best fights. Shout out to Russ, man. I almost wish I'd have worn my medallion. He made me an ODB chain and had it sent to me, man. But happy birthday to Russ, man. We appreciate all the support and stuff for the fighters, and we don't get that, from everybody. And shout out to my, sponsors, my gym, UFM, and, for keeping me fight ready. Goat Combat, like I said, for getting me the fights. Barger Construction, Bluff City Electrical, Iron Jaw, mouth guards, like I said. And yeah, just thanks to everybody for the support. I appreciate it. But yeah, and Dave and Nate, man, let's get a fight. I'm ready to get back in there and put on the show. And like I said, I'll start. And I know, like I said, a lot of this is going to be with me. We talked about the followers, but I'm not the big social media guy, so I don't do a lot of my promoting as much as I should. But I'll start promoting the fights, and we'll start getting some more stuff done.
Well, everybody that's watching this show and that's listening to this and loves Bobby Taylor is going to start inboxing. They're going to DM David Feldman and Nate Shook ridiculously over and over again, and it's going to just say ODB versus Trezano. Guys, Get on Instagram and hit those boys up. Hit them up. Hit them up. Hit them up. Say October 4th. ODB versus Trezano. Let's get it done. Bobby, we love you, man. We love your fight style. Every fight you're in is a banger, and we hope to see you back soon. We need to keep you active. Thank you so much for coming on here, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Hey, and one more thing. Speaking of Instagram, could everybody give me a follow at BobbyTODB? Maybe I get my following up and start getting some fights.
There you go. Good call there. Hey, let's get his followers up.
But man, I appreciate y'all having me on, man. I love coming on the show. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Next time Mike will be here and we'll have a little the Mike and Mish show and not just the Mish show. All right. Later, brother.
You did great, brother.
See ya. All right. That was Bobby ODB Taylor, man. I freaking listen. I mean everything I say on this show. And when I say that Scott Farley, Kevin Smith, and Russ Maxim are the three fucking greatest people I've ever met since being in the BKFC. I mean it. I mean it. Scott, I'm going to tell you right now, I think you can get this done. Let's go. I'm going to do everything I can. I'll go make a poster. Russ Maxim, the birthday boy, will make a poster. We'll start sharing that thing. ODB versus Trezano, October 4th. I love Ben. I'm not even going to entertain that. He's a negative 1% owner of this show. I'm not going to give him the time of day. Fuck that. But listen, let's do it. The Mike and Mish show, the BKFC community. Let's get ODB on the Newark, New Jersey card against Trezano. He needs an opponent. I don't think they have an opponent for him. It is perfect. 6-3, Bobby Taylor, who has fought the who's who of the BKFC. Let's go, man. Make it happen. Make it happen. And then after that, I would love to see a Bobby Taylor versus Joe Elmore fight because we love Joe and we love Bobby, and all they do is draw blood in the BKFC squared circle. It is fucking awesome if that fight ever happens. With that said, go follow Bobby Taylor. Go follow Daniel Alvarez on Instagram. Check out his show, Bloodhounds, on Netflix. I'm going to check that out tonight, I think, after I get off the show here. And happy birthday to Russ Maxim one more time. With that said, I'm going to shout out our sponsors, which is only one right now. If anybody has a sponsor that wants to sponsor the show, Full Blast, thank you so much for contributing and helping the Mike and Mish show. Get over to www.fullblastclothing.com. Check out their website. Check out their clothing, their apparel. They are for the fans. They are for the fighters. They are Full Blast. Hold nothing back. Get on Instagram. Follow them. Full Blast Clothing. Of those guys. And Mike will be back, but no show next week. I'm sorry. I am going away for a wedding. Mike will be back, but he's just going to be getting back from a 3-week hiatus with the Army. So we're going to give him some time with his family. I'm going to go to this wedding. And then the week after that, it is Full Blast, Mike and Mish show back together. And we're going to start ripping this shit up. With that said, everybody watch the upcoming BKFC. Is that in Bulgaria? Is that this weekend? I could be wrong about that. But either way, love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to Daniel Alvarez. Thank you to Bobby Taylor. And thank you to Go Combat Agency for getting them on here. Talk to you guys soon.